Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name's Judith Taby if you're new, and if you're returning, welcome back. I truly appreciate you being here. We are coming into the new season where I'm located. Autumn is going to be here the next week. So I wanted to celebrate the autumn equinox with the energy of Mabon and give thanks for the abundance of Mother Earth, both literally and spiritually. Mabon honors the Earth and its celebration of balance, equality, and harmony. As the wheel of the year comes full circle, Mabon is a good time to set intentions, release tension, and set new personal goals. So I have a new deck that I'm excited to use today, and it's the Seasons of the Witch Mabon Oracle, and these will be the main focus. I'm going to be doing what they're calling the molasses spread. We all experience stagnation at some point, and when we do, it's helpful to have a spread to help get you out of a rut. So we're going to do a molasses spread. It's simple and to the point. We're going to find out, why are you in a stagnant place? How do you need to change your perspective? What can you do to stimulate forward movement? And how can you prevent yourself from being in this place again? There will be 3 piles today. Pile 1 is the Light Seers Tarot with the Acorn. Pile 2 is the Ink Witch Tarot. Just drew a blank on the name, with the pine cone. And pile 3 is the Dark Mansion Tarot with a leaf. And I see that I have not even lit the candle. Let's invite Spirit here into our readings. And I even have a little cup of molasses here, setting the intention to help us get out of this stagnation that we're in. So again, pile 1 is the Light Seers Tarot with the Acorn. The Ink Witch Tarot is pile 2 with the pine cone. And the Dark Mansion Tarot with the leaf is pile 3. I will see you at your pile. Hi, pile 1 viewers. You selected the Acorn with the Light Seers Tarot. Pile 1 viewers. Why are you in a stagnant place? Why is pile 1 viewers, okay, in a stagnant place? Then we have, how do you need to change your perspective? Thank you. And then we need, what can you do to stimulate forward movement? Thank you. And how can you prevent yourself from being in this place again? Thank you. Okay. And then let's get some clarifying cards. Pile 1 viewers on this molasses spread. Coming into the new season of autumn. Okay, so the first card was, why are you in a stagnant place? We have number 22, haunted house. The things that haunt you are the things you have to let go of. So why are you stuck? You're stuck in fear. You're stuck this fear is keeping you stuck in this place. So the card says that a person or a situation from your past is preventing you from experiencing the bliss that is waiting for you once you clear this energy from your orbit. You might see the energy of this card manifest in an ex who continues to come back into your life whenever it's convenient for them to do so. Perhaps you are too loyal of a friend who is not loyal to you in return. And despite how many times you've been burned, you continue to support them when they call. You might be staying with an employer who doesn't value you and your ideas, so you feel as though your talent is being overlooked and wasted. Choosing to let go of what brings you pain is a critical form of self-care. Haunted House prompts you to examine the people and areas of your life that make you feel trapped, afraid, abandoned, hurt, and confused. These situations may trigger something within you, and when you are blended with these emotional bombs, you may be blinded to the exit. The door might have been right in front of you the entire time, but you're experiencing an illusion that has led you to believe there's no escape. It may be you've taken on the role of healer and believe it's your job to change the actions of others. It is not. Your responsibility is to your own healing and well-being. Even though it may be painful, taking steps to set boundaries with others provides a healing pathway for them as well. By letting go, you are choosing not to enable their behaviors and are shining a light on their shadows. You very well could be the healer after all, simply by taking steps to heal yourself. So we have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. So I'm definitely feeling this is work related. I mean, this is a general reading, so take it how it resonates for you, if it's a relationship or work. But whatever has been happening is not working. That's why this came out in reverse. And it's interesting, it spoke of healing. She's got candles and books and herbs. She's definitely sitting at her workspace. And the lunar cycles are represented. Okay, so pile 1 viewers. You're stuck in a stagnant place because you're not taking the steps to get out of that situation. Okay? All right, so how do you need to change your perspective? We have St. John's wort and marigold, number 36. Against your will there will not be, no entrance, no welcoming, be gone. So remember, we were talking about an exit. So St. John's wort. Your higher self chose this card because there are some negative energies swirling around you that are affecting your spiritual well-being. You may see this energy manifest in mood swings, nightmares, general low energy, or an unexplained feeling of heaviness. Know that these feelings are not a result of anything you have done, but that they will continue to disrupt your life if you don't take steps to remove that energy that's causing harm to you. Take a few moments to think about when you feel this energy the most. Does it tend to happen just after visiting a particular person or location? Do you feel this way at work or at home? Most people are not aware of how much energy they steal or the ways in which their low vibration affects others. It's important to hold space for the people you love and care about by listening and supporting them through tough times, but when a relationship becomes toxic, you may need to take extra steps to protect your energy. If St. John's wort and marigold should fall out of the deck reversed, which it did, it actually did fall out in reverse, it's a sign that someone is intentionally causing you harm. Someone may be spreading venomous gossip, sabotaging your work, or going out of their way to make you feel small and unworthy. Know that this is their low vibrations and has nothing to do with you. Low vibrations are just that, beneath you. Pay them no mind, but take steps to defend yourself if it comes to a point where they are gaining traction with their maliciousness. That's interesting. So we have the Eight of Swords come out in reverse. So what's the illusion here? Whoever this is, and regardless of work or a relationship, their actions, their whatever intent they have towards you is what's affecting. It's keeping you stagnant. So you have to this card is about changing your perspective. It's so you're stuck in this place, but it's not because of you. It's because of someone is putting that on you. It's interesting, like if you look, she's looking in the mirror, but in the mirror, which is in this case representing the illusion, she's all tied up, blindfolded, but the reality is she's not, or he's not. All right, pile one viewers, what can you do to stimulate forward movement? We have foraging, number 17. There's no better feeling than having gone after what you desire. Your higher self chose this card because sometimes you need to go out looking for food even though the grocery store is just down the road. Although the store is convenient, your life dish may require an ingredient the store can't offer, or perhaps your soul is seeking a more authentic flavor experience that is unique to you. The foraging card has found you because it's time to get up, go out into the world, and discover all that is waiting for you to pick up and put inside your basket. It's tempting to take the easier road, but the path is crowded with hordes of people attempting to do the same. They look the same, do the same things, and are ultimately lost in a sea of conformity and ordinariness. Nothing that stands out from the crowd. By taking the road less traveled, you can stumble upon an undiscovered patch of greatness. What makes you unconventional, strange, or completely different? You may not think being eccentric is a strength, but your quirks are what set you apart from everyone else. So maybe that's what's happening in whatever this relationship is. People are saying you're weird or you're strange, and they're trying to sabotage what you're doing, the work you're trying to do. This is an opportunity to discover and embrace your hidden talents and act on them. Perhaps you feel like you have nothing special to offer, but you most certainly do. So they're foraging for truffles. And truffles are one of the world's most coveted and expensive foods, yet they are notoriously difficult to find. They are always at the base of a tree and generally buried below the soil, hidden from the naked eye. What makes you unique is just the same, and you may need to dig deeper. It may require significant effort, but what you'll discover will be worth its weight in gold. Yep, you got to get out of this Five of Swords. Stop. What they're showing me is, sorry, let me get this in focus for you. See how that bird is like whispering all this crap into his ear, and he's holding his head like, ugh. But Spirit wants to remind you that the greatness that you are. Listen to those calls and voices from your spirit guides, not whoever this is. Okay, and how can you prevent yourself from being in this place again? We have Queen of the Dead, number 31. Fear not the rage of fire living within, for it is the power of your fierceness waiting to taste you fully. Okay. So embracing your dark side, embracing the weirdness of you, embracing your eccentricity. You need to learn to be unafraid of your soul's darker, naughtier side. There is a deep power within you that you may feel would be scary or too much to handle if you unleashed it. Right? So here, why are you stuck? Because you're afraid to show this darkness within you. Perhaps you fear what you might become if you were seduced by the shadowy aspect of your spirit. Would you become too ambitious and power hungry, or sacrifice your beliefs in pursuit of fame and fortune? Would you hurt people or forget your roots? Would you succumb to anger and find yourself difficult to get along with? These are all noteworthy fears, but they shouldn't prevent you from integrating both sides of your spiritual being. Queen of the Dead is tempting you to explore and use darkness for good. Rage, ambition, jealousy, and manipulation can be channeled for a good cause. Rather than viewing them as being bad, see them as opportunities for evolution and growth. These energies to be useful, and your willingness to work with rather than against your demons is key for showing them the way to the light. Okay, bring back to this card. Now is this for you? Is this your own doing? Have you bound and blindfolded and tied up this fire that's within you? Yep, the Hanged Man. You have to see yourself from a different perspective. shine the light on this. This is why you've been stuck, moving like molasses. All right, let's get a activation card for you. This is the Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle. Plato referred to sacred geometry as the language of the soul. For thousands of years, sacred geometry has been a part of every culture. It's in the bond that connects us all to the cosmos. It's the true design of our soul. Sacred geometry is the blueprint of creation at the core of all form, even at the core of you. So we have coherence, number 13. The frequency of coherence supports our ability to harmonize the frequency of the heart with the frequency of the mind for an optimal ability to create the reality that we desire. So Spirit is telling you to harmonize what's in your heart and what's in your mind, right? What's in your heart, who you truly are, and what's in your mind. You got to get these in a frequency coherent together. And then you've got a second one too, change. The frequency of change supports our ability to gracefully dance with the forever changing nature of reality, both inward and outward, so that we can appreciate the sweet release of the old and the birth of the new. Wow, this is on point for you, Pile 1 viewers. I'm going to leave it right there at that. So, start of the autumnal equinox, wherever you are in the world, this coming of the next season. Make this change. Step into this frequency of coherence between your heart and mind, so your spirit and soul can flourish. I hope that helped. If it did, please click the like button. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, just be sure to click on the notification at the end of this video. As always, I truly appreciate you being here. Feel free to share my videos, and I look forward to connecting with you next time. Love, light, and healing. Hey, Pile 2 viewers, you selected the Pine Cone and the Ink Witch Tarot. So let's get your 4-card spread, Molasses spread. What does Pile 2? Why are you in a stagnant place? Why is Pile 2 in a stagnant place? We've got 2 cards that came out for you. All right, and then how do you need to change your perspective? For Pile 2 viewers, how do they need to change their perspective? What does Pile do? What can they do to stimulate movement? What can Pile 2 do to stimulate movement? Can we have 1 card, please? No. Just need 1 card, please. That's too many. Can we start them with just one card, please, for how can they stimulate movement? Okay, thank you. And then how can you prevent yourself from being in this place again? For pile 2 viewers, how can they prevent themselves from being in this place again? Thank you. All right, let's move these over. And then we're going to get some clarifying cards for pile 2 viewers. Why are they in a stagnant place? Thank you. How do you need to change your perspective? All right, we got a bunch of cards here. Okay, and then what can you do to stimulate movement? For pile 2 viewers, what can they do to stimulate movement? Thank you. And then how can you prevent from being in this place again? All right, so that landed on there. They want me to leave that one there. Okay, how can you prevent yourself from being in this place again? Okay. And they're like, just leave the deck here because there'll be more. Okay, pile 2 viewers. We only needed 1 card, but 2 came out for you. Why are you in a stagnant place? We have molasses. It's interesting. This is the molasses reading. I got my molasses right here. To move forward, you must know where you are headed. Number 26. And then we have St. John's wort and marigold, number 36. Against your will, there will not be no entrance, no welcoming, be gone. Okay. And then we have the 3 of swords here. It's interesting, they're narwhals. And they seem to be attacking that bird. So someone with a message. All right, let's see. Number 26, molasses. I'm glad the molasses card came out for my molasses reading. Molasses represents a period of uncertainty when the path ahead isn't clear, and despite your best efforts, you simply cannot seem to move forward. Standing still is very frustrating, but you're in this period of pause so that you can take some time to get a full understanding of where you actually want to go. This card will often visit you after a period of significant but unintentional action. You may have made many choices in haste of late and are coming to regret some of your decisions. Perhaps you said yes too quickly and now wish to back out, or a situation seemed like a worthy gamble but now is turning out to be a nightmare. It may not seem like it now, but this period of indecision is helping you to slow down, gain perspective, and be patient and wait for the right opportunity to find you. In the meantime, focus on diving deeper into your spirit. Are there mundane tasks you could focus on while you aren't distracted by other things? Perhaps you might consider a practice such as meditation to take your mind off current problems. You will find that the stickiness goes away when the time is right for things to move forward again. This card also advises you to not make any hasty decisions right now. Take care of what you need to, of course, but delay any life decisions until more information comes to hand. And the St. John's wort and marigold talks about protection against dark forces and repels negative energy or unwanted energies. And it's a reminder for you to take a moment to think about when you feel that energy the most. So making these hasty decisions, you know, you've got to tap in. So yeah, they're showing me now like how during this time when you have to make these decisions, to take that moment and feel the energy. I feel like you're not trusting your intuition. You're self-sabotaging that gut feeling you have. In traditional tarot, the Three of Swords, it's the Three of Swords, you know, through the heart. But I feel like in this situation, Spirit's telling you your Three of Swords is in your intuition, in your knowing, in your spiritualness. You've been ignoring that. And that's why it's like you haven't taken the time to, like, where are you headed? This is the time of awakening. The ascension is happening now. We are all supposed to be tapping into why we're here and our purpose. Not what humanly we've been programmed to, you know, what we're supposed to be doing, but what our spiritual mission is, our purpose is here. So for some of you, I'm going to say, you know, look up what the spirit animal narwhal is. Maybe that's a good representation of what to guide you if you're not sure. Okay. All right. And then the next thing in the Molasses reading, how do you need to change your perspective? So we have grieving. The chambers of your mourning are surrounded by nothingness, emptiness, waiting to be seen. Number 19. Now it came out in reverse. Let's see. Okay, it doesn't have any reversal. Grief isn't just about death of a loved one. Mourning is defined as feeling regret or sadness about the loss or disappearance of something. Again, feeling those energies. You're not. All right, let me go on. They're like, they got the message. You can grieve the end of a career or move from one place to another, letting go of a dream or seeing your children leave the nest. While grief isn't pleasant, it's important to acknowledge the loss of something or someone that was important to you. Doing so doesn't reduce the love you had for what you've lost, but it does give you a way to let go and move on. To ignore your sadness is to deny a meaningful part of your life story. Pulling grieving is an opportunity to embrace the heavy emotions you've been carrying. Express the fullness of your heartache as a tribute to what once was. And then once you have cried, screamed, gotten angry or sad, your spirit will be free. It's only when you deny your grief that it becomes baggage. When you feel sad from time to time, will you? Of course. Memories have a way of creeping in, even with a healthy grief process, but it won't be a constant thorn in your soul. This card is also to remind you it's okay to feel sorrow for something or someone who is gone, even if that person or thing brought you great harm. The bad memories don't erase the good ones, and there's nothing wrong with cherishing any happiness you once experienced together. It doesn't matter if other people don't understand your grief, because it isn't theirs to understand in the first place. All right, so we've got the Six of Wands in reverse, which speaks of defeat. The King of Swords, in this card, hasn't pulled that sword out of the stone. It's still stuck in there. The Five of Pentacles. That's rotten fruit on that tree. Look at the flies starting to, but the fruit hasn't fallen. And the Two of Pentacles. Walking that tightrope in high heels. I mean, like, seriously. walking a tightrope in high heels, all about balance. So what I'm getting from this is, how do you need to change your perspective is, I don't know, for some of you, I'm feeling like there's been something happened that you've blamed God for. God has taken something away from you that has really turned you against your spiritualness, against your awakening. And it's left you like, so not allowing your spirituality and not having that connection with God is leaving you feeling defeated, is leaving you feeling like you're that king that you can't pull that sword out of the stone. This rotting fruit, it's interesting, as I had said, it hasn't fallen from the trees yet. Meaning God is still feeding you, and you're still connected. You just need to remember, you have to balance that grief and anger. Okay, what can you do to stimulate forward movement? Root vegetables, number 33. In those hidden places where most fear to go is where the most nourishment is waiting for you to behold. And it's what's immediately jumping out at me, which I was going to say, is you need, how do I want to word this? Because it says where you most fear. As much as you could be mad or angry at God, you're terrified, and understandably so, to tell God that, to really have words with Father, Mother, Universe, Divine, Creator, Allah, whoever you identify your Creator to be, the Holy Most High. But you can go and scream your head out and curse. I don't want to use the word curse words, but speak your hurt and truth, because the Holy Most High knows your heart and knows that in this moment of anger and rage, that fear that you have shows that there's still love there, that you know that this is a connection you're supposed to have. So in those hidden places where most fear to go is where the most nourishment is waiting for you. So God, like, to me, owls represent the ultimate wisdom of, like, Bible source wisdom, God's word. He's there with open arms, open wings, waiting. Have that release, have that conversation, have that fight. Queen of Swords, yeah. Speak your truth. Stand up and speak your mind. And look, she's holding the sword. Once you tell God how you're really feeling and releasing that anger, that's when you pull that sword out of the stone and stand. And I'm just because masculine or feminine, but standing in your Queen of Swords power. So this will give you, like, the stagnation that you're in. Acknowledging this grief, acknowledging whatever this is in your life. And then the stimulation to move forward is this action. All right, how can you prevent yourself from being in this place again? So we have Crow, number 11. Pay close attention to the winds. There's a message making its way. And we have the Hermit. Yep. Going into isolation. So, and I don't want to use the isolation, but meditation, like to prevent yourself from ever being stuck here again, is delivering your, like, they're showing me how, look at all these crows circling around her. She's, or he is speaking his, delivering all these messages to God. Don't hold things in. Don't keep them dead and buried. Like there's a hand coming out of the ground. Don't keep things buried. Let open communication with God. Keep talking with God. Keep having conversations with God. And how to do that is you go into a quiet place. Go into meditation. Go in, when you're taking a bath. When you're sitting on the toilet. Whatever, in those quiet moments. When you're in the car, sitting at a red light. Have those conversations. Wow. Okay. Put me into your energy for a moment. Don't forsake yourself. Don't, you know that saying, don't cut off your nose in spite of your face. All this that you're holding on to, keeping you disconnected with God, is only rotting your who you are, the precious fruit. All right, pile 2 viewers. This is the Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle. Plato referred to sacred geometry as the language of the soul. For thousands of years, sacred geometry has been a part of every culture. It is the bond that connects us to all the cosmos. It is the true design of our soul. Sacred geometry is the blueprint of creation, at the core of all form, even at the core of you. All right, let's see what we got here. We have Miracle, number 33. Let's make sure this gets in focus. Okay. The frequency of miracle supports our beliefs in ourselves as part of Source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. So what God is telling you right now is you have to remember that you're a part of God. You're a piece of God's source. That's the most important thing. That we are all a piece of God's pure unconditional love. And that's why you can yell all you want at him or her. They know. Number 29, healing. The frequency of healing supports our intrinsic ability to restore our health and wholeness by consciously using the information that comes to us through our senses and harmonizing everything accordingly. Number 29. And you had a third card that came out, Gaia. The frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to our Great Mother and to the universe that birthed us all. Number 28. Wow, pile 2 viewers. I hope this helped. I feel that it's very clear. No misunderstanding this message at all. And I hope you are able to use the guidelines set forth for you. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. It truly helps out my channel. If you haven't already subscribed, at the end of the video will be a notification you can click on. And please feel free to share my videos. I truly appreciate you being here, and I look forward to connecting with you next time. Love, light, and healing. Hey, Pile 3 viewers, you selected the Leaf and the Dark Mansion Tarot. So let's get your molasses spread going. For Pile 3 viewers, why are you in a stagnant place? Pile 3 viewers, why are you in a stagnant place? No, that's too many. Why? Can we have one card, please? Why is Pile 3 viewers in a stagnant place? Thank you. Okay, then how do you need to change your perspective? How do you need to change your perspective? Pile 3 viewers. Okay. We got 2 cards for that one. Then what can you do to stimulate forward movement? That's too many cards. Can we have one card, please? How can you stimulate forward movement? Thank you. And then how can you prevent yourself from being in this place again? For Pile 3 viewers, how can they prevent themselves from being in this place again? Okay. And then we'll get some clarifying cards here. For Pile 3 viewers, why are they in a stagnant place? Thank you. And then how do you need to change your perspective? Okay. What can you do to stimulate forward? You're getting a lot of cards here today. And how can you prevent yourself from being in this place again? For Pile 3 viewers, how can they prevent themselves from being in this place again? Okay. All right, so let's start with this. We have, why are you in a stagnant place? Oh my gosh, Pile 3 viewers, falling leaves, and you selected the leaf. I love when synchronicities happen. Number 14, let go of the things that weigh heavily on you. You deserve to take up space. 14. This card, let's see, it says, because you're in a radical period of release that feels more like an unraveling, it's likely you're experiencing many endings in the form of lost friendships, breakups, moves, and other challenging changes that may have you wondering, why is all this happening to me? First and foremost, know that you are not being punished or frowned upon. All of these changes were necessary for your future growth and expansion. And while unpleasant, you know the only things that are leaving you now were only blocking your success before. The loss of a job may inspire you to finally start your own business, or a health scare might be a wake-up call that prompts you to take your well-being more seriously. By the time this period is over, you will feel lighter, freer, and much renewed. Do your best to find the light in every ending you're facing now. This is an excellent time to undergo personal lifestyle changes, such as a makeover, adopting a weight loss program, enrolling in a dating app, or hiring a financial advisor. What's more important is making future decisions from an authentic place. It's time to get some clarity about the kind of life you'd like to have and what you need to manifest it. Okay, now I'm just going to touch base a little bit on this where it said enroll in a dating app. I'm going to highly dissuade you, discourage you to not go on a dating app right now. If you're in this energy right now, if there's things that you need to still work on yourself, allow your time. You don't need to have somebody, a partnership, someone in a romantic involvement in your life right now. Take time for yourself. You have all these things happening to you. You are not in a place to invite in a new relationship. So I disagree with what that card said, and I have to verbalize that to you. You know, take care of yourself first, and then it will automatically come to you. God will bring you who you're supposed to be with. You don't need to go on a dating app. Okay, now there's a falling leaves release spell. This spell, which is specifically for release or letting go, is super easy to do and requires little more than collecting fallen leaves. Light a white candle and set your intentions. Place a leaf in your right hand. This is the hand that pushes out or releases. And state what it is you wish to release. Hold the leaf over the flame and again set your intention, then place the leaf in a burn-safe bowl. State your gratitude and blow out the candle. Okay, so the Ace of Swords. Letting go of things that weigh heavily on you. It seems to me that you're not seeing clearly, with mental clarity, what those things are. And that's why you're still stuck, because you're not seeing what all this is. All right? Okay, how do you need to change your perspective? We have Harvest Witch, number 21. What sacrifices have you made for the greatest version of what is to be? The greatest vision. See, now I've heard greatest version of yourself. That's why you're not ready to date, if that's your situation. And Witches Gathering, number 42. Gather in power, come together in grace. Unity is rising and all will be embraced. All right, so how do you need to change your perspective? I'm feeling like all that you've lost was because that was not for your greatest and highest good, and now you need to start looking at those like-minded people. These changes that are taking place for you, you have to gather with that family, your soul family, who will help harvest the great version of yourself. The Seven of Wands. Yep, no more battles. Stop fighting off Page of Cups. In reverse, the Ten of Wands and the Three of Swords. Yeah, so how you need to change your perspective is stop being so defensive and feeling like everything's a burden. These the reason why, like, a Page of Cup is an immature energy coming in with a love offer that's very immature. And in reverse, is that they how do I want to birth? That there's a reason why you viewed them in that energy, and these heartbreaks that you've had, and there's lockets of hair in here, all braided together. Yeah, you really, like, again, speaking of, I don't know why I just feel like you're so stuck that I can't even get the words out. All these relationships that you've lost, and the burdens that you're now having, and this defensiveness that you're in, unrequited love or whatever, all these things. Remember, you need to change the perspective. It's all for purpose, because none of this was for your greatest and highest good. So you need to, like, heed the words of what was said here. Okay, what can you do to stimulate forward movement? We have apple of my eye, number 2. Not all that's alluring may be what it seems. See beyond the illusion. All right, so it came out in reverse. Let me see if there's a reverse message for this card. No. Mindfulness, being careful, being present and aware. So how can you stimulate forward movement? By being mindful of what you've lost and why you lost it. We have the 6 of Swords. Yep, here's forward movement. It's coming. It's about balance, knowing, what he's got 2 nets here. And it's like, which is, what do I want caught in my net here? What do I want to take from it? The World in reverse. It's not the end of the world. All this loss is not the end of the world. And the Knight of Swords in reverse is it's interesting. What's preventing you from seeing this clarity? So So to stimulate forward movement, I'm hearing you have to get out of your head. Get out of your head and go into your heart. Go into your heart, because your heart, you'll have to trust your intuition and your knowing. And when you're emanating from a heart space rather than a mind space, you'll see all this. And how can you prevent yourself from being in this place again? We have Witch's Rosary, number 43. Craft your skills with intentions repeated. A practice of magic powered by purpose. All right, we're running out of room over here. Okay, so we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Swords in reverse. Yep. So craft your skills with intention. I'm going to read this card for you. It represents the long road to success that guides you to remain focused and intentional. Your situation is not one that will gain immediate results, but it is likely to be rewarding with patience and consistent effort. So you have to continue to be mindful of what all this was. You have to be mindful of don't focus on what you've lost, and just know that there was a reason why you lost it. The way forward is to be practical, responsible, and committed to mundane tasks that aren't glamorous, but do provide security and stability. You will receive this card when you're ready to put in the hard work to see your goal, although it does remind you to avoid perfectionism. Habits and skills take time to master, so don't take it too personally if you don't get it right at first. Right? So don't take it personally that what you had surrounded yourself at first was wrong. This card also confirms that you're on the right path and you should keep doing what you're doing. You may be frustrated if you're not seeing results, which is why this card made its way to you. Spirit wants you to know that you have done nothing wrong, but must trust that your work will be rewarded with time. And yeah, you've got the Wheel of Fortune card here. You know, you'll be rewarded. Fortune will come in. It's just you're not seeing the Queen of Swords in reverse. You're not seeing that clearly. And like I said, the molasses spread talks about being stuck and in stagnation. So this is going to be a very slow process for you. All right. Let's get our Sacred Geometry Activation Oracle. Pile 3 viewers. Plato referred to sacred geometry as the language of the soul. For thousands of years, sacred geometry has been part of every culture. It is the bond that connects us all to the cosmos. It is the true design of our soul. Sacred geometry is the blueprint of creation at the core of all form, even at the core of you. Okay, so we have emergence, number 25. The frequency of emergence invites us to approach our reality with a childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment, and to watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds from that place. God's wanting me to remind you, surround yourself with your soul family, coming together in this environment. You'll see the beauty that unfolds, the fortune, the abundance. I'll get one more card for pile 3 viewers. Thank you. Communication. The frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in many different forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our heart. Didn't I just say that? You gotta work from your heart center. Through our heart, the center of our truth, to stay in the flow of source and balanced exchange. Thank you for confirming what I said, Father. I appreciate that. So that's number 25 and number 14. Pile 3 viewers, I hope that helped. If it did, please click the like button. If you haven't already subscribed, there's a notification right here at the end of the video, right here, I think. Please click it. It helps my channel, and it will help me continue giving healing messages like this. Feel free to share my videos as well. I truly appreciate you being here, and I look forward to connecting with you next time. Thank you, Pile 3 viewers. Love, light, and healing.